Across north central Florida will make some key decisions at the ballot box. In Dixie County, the current sheriff faces what appears to be a stiff challenge.
During a Republican candidate forum tonight, both competitors gave a speech on why they should be elected. TV 20's Misty Webb tells us what residents say they want in a sheriff.
The forum was hosted by the Dixie County Republican Party, and both candidates for sheriff are Republicans. Current Sheriff Darby Butler is seeking his second term in office. Julie Herring is running against him, talking to residents about her 33 years of law enforcement experience, including her service as an investigator at DCSO. During the forum, all candidates had the opportunity to give a speech, and they both shared their accomplishments and goals.
In 2 days, we'll be one of only 4 agencies this year will be granted an accreditation process. So in 3.5 years, we have went to work, and I want to continue that in the next term.
Appearing despite a family emergency, Herring stayed long enough to reminisce on her experience with law enforcement.
Dispatch, corrections, sheriff's office administration. I was a deputy on the road. I was in investigations.
Residents say they hope whoever wins the job is transparent with the community.
I look for, quality as somebody that's experienced and somebody that's got the, he's there if you need him.
So far, both candidates have raised and spent thousands of dollars on their campaigns while receiving significant endorsements. Butler is endorsed by Congresswoman Kat Cammack and Florida House Representative Chuck Clemens, while Herring is endorsed by former longtime Dixie County Sheriff Dewey Hatcher. In Dixie County, Misty Webb, TV 20 News.